Hello everyone, my name is Adan Hernandez and this is a video for Forum Unit 1, and we have to watch the video of greatness and then respond to the questions. So question number 1 is, what greatness do you bring to the assessment, evaluation, and technology in physical education and exercise science course that you will spur you and your colleagues to success? Um, I think for myself, how I spur myself to greatness is being motivated towards achieving my goals, and of course, those goals right now is to finish my master program. I just recently completed my clinical practice in the single subject credential, so those are some of the greatness that I've actually maybe accomplished. But within that clinical practice, I think it was nerve-wracking at first. I think overcoming that nerves, that discouragement, some of that uh, feeling that being a failure as a teacher or not knowing what to do. But now that I actually experienced 18 weeks of clinical practice, I think I feel like I've have managed how to handle a classroom, a huge classroom in a PE environment. I think those are some of the greatness I could bring, and also building relationships also with the students, and to engage them, to pursue, to motivate them, and also to just engage them to participate in the physical activities. Outside of PE, I think just believe in yourself. I think those are some of the things that I've learned throughout my whole life, is to be positive, and being positive thinkers, and that will take you a long way. And I think that for that actually will keep you to be greater than what you really are, and maintain a greatness within yourself. So overcoming discouragement, also overcoming to give up, and also overcoming those feelings to doubt yourself. So those are some of the things that I think my greatness can actually not just for myself, maybe my colleagues, to be positive people of, um, of life, of school, of careers, of family, and everything else that life brings us. So it's to being determined, being motivated to be the best person you can, and building a relationship not just with yourself, but also with family and friends. Number two, how do your values, faith, and beliefs influence your greatness? Some of those values, faith, and beliefs come from my parents, who immigrated from Mexico, and I think those values, they came in as working hard and trying to pursue something greater than what they had, which is being labor workers, and being pushing ourselves to be do better than they are. So I think being respectful to other people, also being positive role models to others, and just being the best you can in this society. So I think those values and faith and beliefs that I have, that was implanted by my parents, kind of influence my greatness. Not just pushing ourselves when we're down, and just kind of stepping up to those challenges, and kind of pushing through it, because I think, like the video says, life kind of hits us the hardest than any other aspect in our life. So I think life kind of brings not just failures, but also positive um, outcomes. So we could just be better, kind of learn from ourselves, learn our capabilities, and also at the same time push ourselves on. Master program is not an easy task, so I think with all the requirements that we need to do is to be dedicated and sacrifice. So those are just a few examples of greatness. Motivation is also another thing too, that's part of greatness. So there's so many areas that we could just talk about greatness. So, but I think for my values, I think it's just working hard and making sure that we push ourselves to be better than we are before. Number three, I'm not going to read the whole question, but of course, there's a video. In the video, Coach Gary Caines has a great quote about being perfect. And being perfect is always can be interpreted as always making no errors. and it could be interpreted as being the perfect physique, having all the assets, having all the skills. That's I think that sometimes when people say being perfect could be viewed as, but uh, like Coach Gary Gaines in the video says that being perfect is building a relationship with yourself and family and friends. I think as we grow and we develop and experience in life, I think we learn more about ourselves and what are we capable of and how much can we push ourselves in our limits. So I think with that, that's how we develop to be perfect, perfect people. And I think when we develop ourselves to build relationships, not just with ourselves but family and friends, I think we develop to be perfect role models. I think we develop perfect teaching role models or coaching role models, administration, whatever career you're pursuing. But at the same time, it's just learning by yourself, being positive and pushing yourself and being better and developing and just trying to be as perfect as you can in our careers and in life. So those are some of the things, and of course I agree with everything he said. I think before that quote, I think being perfect is something was interpreted in a different way, like I mentioned before. So, what are yours? Yeah, I think so. I do agree with his statements. Is kind of being learning by yourself and what you're capable and your skills. So, moving on to question number 4. How do your values, faith, and beliefs assist you in your relationship with yourself, family, and yourself? Um, like I mentioned, having a work ethic is something that I value. And when you work hard, it comes around where you start learning and you start to overcome and you start to accomplish begin to achieve goals. It's when you're working hard, it's not going to be easy. It's not going to come in a plate with a fork. So I think we have to push ourselves. Like I always mention, I've been kind of preaching about that in this video. So um, it's how do your values, faith, and beliefs assist you in your relationship with yourself? And learning experience, failures, up and downs, is trial and error. I think all those come in hand with the values and the faith. They kind of build on that. Once you achieve an obstacle or overcome an obstacle, I think you start building confidence in yourself and believing that you can do it. And especially with this course requirements in the master's program, that you feel when you read the syllabus, oh, how am I going to do this? But once you do it and you complete it, you tell yourself, oh, I can do it. So I think those are the things that that values, beliefs, and faith comes with building um, your relation with yourself and others. So I hope you enjoy the video and you guys enjoy your day. Thank you.